Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Crowns and Sashes. Tonight I'm talking to the lovely Chloe. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us when you are competing?
Hi everyone, my name's Chloe Adkin. I'm 20 years old and I'm representing Nottingham at the Miss Galaxy pageant in November.
You have a little while to go as yet then?
Yes, definitely.
Would you be able to tell us about your platform?
So my platform is heart awareness, and this was created when my granddad suffered from a heart attack a couple of years ago. And at the time I was quite young and I didn't really understand what was going on. And as I got older and I learnt more about what actually happened, I decided that I wanted to fundraise for the British Heart Foundation and for my granddad's group, which is the cardiac gym. And they help patients once they're discharged from hospital. They have a group and they go once a week and they exercise and they learn about new healthy lifestyle tips and just to help them get back into a healthier lifestyle, because obviously things can crop up and health and things like that really do affect your heart. So it's just all about making the right choices.
Excellent. Now, you organise some fab fundraisers, including prizes like photo shoots with Charlotte Clemmy. So do you have any more coming up that we could all get involved with?
Definitely. So this is quite funny actually. The other day I had a training session with my coach, Rachel Tate from the Pageant Coaching Academy, and we really did go into detail about my fundraising. My target this year is to raise £1,000 for the Christie, which is Galaxy's chosen charity, and £1,000 for my chosen charity, which is obviously the British Heart Foundation. So I have got a plan. I've got my year's plan. The next fundraising event I'll be doing will be a cuppa for the Christie, which is pretty much a coffee morning. But you don't have to have coffee. You can have tea, water, anything you like. And we'll be hosting that virtually. Hopefully we'll be able to host one in person as well at our home, in the garden. Fingers crossed. And then after that, I am going to be hosting my PJ party in August. So we've got some amazing companies lined up to work with there. I wish I could say more, but I can't.
I know, I want to ask. I want to know.
All I can say is you need to get a ticket because this is going to be amazing.
Oh, excellent. So everyone keep your eyes peeled on social media.
Definitely. There'll be a big announcement when it's all finalised. But like I said, we're hoping for August. I've got a date in mind, but obviously it just depends on COVID guidelines at the time. But I'm planning for it to be in the garden. So fingers crossed everything should go ahead as planned.
Brilliant. How have you been preparing? Because obviously throughout a global pandemic, it's been a bit different to planning normally and getting your appearances in. So how have you been coping?
It's been really different this time for me competing. Coming from placing first runner-up in March and then going into a lockdown the week after, it sort of made me realise, oh my gosh, what am I going to be able to do? Can I do anything at all? But I think for me and my sponsors, we've been working together on things that we can do within the community, helping with fundraising, obviously, for charities, because they're really suffering. So although I can't go out and about, there's still things that I can keep doing, like my fundraising, which I've mentioned. I've been taking part in a lot of campaigns, and I've also been sorting campaigns for my own platform. So I did the Put Your Heart First challenge, which was a 30-minute exercise challenge every day for the whole month of March, which was really challenging. But taking steps like that to improve your heart health is really important, and it gets you in a routine. And actually, I've been pretty good, me and my mum, and we have been keeping it up. So it's definitely improved our lifestyle, which was the main goal of that challenge. So I know it works. And then I did recently for February, I did Detox. Was that February? I've just had a blip then. No, that was March. Ignore me. I've got the dates mixed up. The Put Your Heart First challenge was February. The March was the Detox.
Right.
So for the whole month of March, we couldn't have chocolate, which was really challenging because I thought that I'd be able to manage that. I was like, I don't eat that much chocolate, but I realised actually I do. I have 2 chocolate bars in my lunch every day.
See, if you said I couldn't eat cake for a week, I'd be like, no, you're joking, come on.
Exactly. And you don't realise how much it's actually in your diet. And I was like, I can hardly eat anything, I'll be fine. But as soon as I realised that I couldn't have anything, I really wanted it.
What did you replace your chocolate with, though?
I went into, it was really funny. Me and my mum went into B&M because B&M's amazing.
It's been the only shop open as well.
Well, literally the only place you can go. So we went to B&M and I was like looking at all the, they have like a snack aisle, and I was looking at all different things. So I've had like some fruit bars. I've been trying all sorts, but I've incorporated those into my diet as well. So it's worked. It's worked. I found.
Have you gone back to chocolate now?
Well, at Easter,
a little bit maybe.
Yeah, I got 6 chocolate eggs at Easter, and they're still sat there. I've not had one.
That's really good.
But I'm really shocked because in March I really wanted them, and then I got it, and I could eat it, and now I don't want to.
No, I'm not too bothered.
So I'm all right.
That's really good. What made you get into pageantry to start with?
So my friends, I used to dance when I was younger, and my friends got scouted for a local competition,
right,
and a dance competition that I wasn't at. So they went for it, and I just watched, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's something that is right up my street. I love getting glitzy and glam. I was like, yeah, I so want to do that. So then the next year I applied, I placed 3rd, and then my granddad saw an advert for the Miss England competition, and it was that they were looking for contestants to compete in Miss Nottingham.
Right.
And he was like, oh, I can't believe you didn't enter this. And I was like, wait, what? I didn't know about that. So then he opened up the newspaper, and he was like, a week ago when I was too late to enter.
Oh.
But I thought, you know what? You've got to push your luck sometimes. So I entered my mum entered me, and I got an audition. So even though I was a week late, I still got through. I placed 2nd, and then I got offered the Miss Mansfield title for Miss England, and it just went from there.
Oh, so how long ago was this?
I think we always get the dates wrong. We can't work out whether it was 2015 or 2016, but something said it's 2015.
So I say quite a while ago, but a few years ago. So you've got a little bit of a pro background now.
Yeah. I like to think so.
What do people first say when you say you're into pageants? Is it sort of like a really, or so you go in a bikini on a stage?
I've been quite lucky that people, I mean, when I was in secondary school, it was the latter reaction, but as I've got older and I'm now in a work environment, people are actually really interested.
Yes,
really
I find
nice.
that.
It's so much nicer, and they're actually really open-minded. Yes. And I think they like to be educated on what we do, because they find it fascinating. A lot of the people that I've met and spoke to about it didn't even realise it was still happening.
Oh, wow.
So it's great to talk about. I'm quite open with it, but I never go in saying, oh, by the way.
No.
I always wait for people to come to me about it, because I feel like if they want to talk about it, they'll come and find me, and then it's a much easier conversation to have than to try and push it on someone.
I think where I work anyway, a lot of people have been like, oh, a sash. Can you bring your sash into work so we can have a look? And then they start asking more questions, and then they get more involved. And actually they're like, you do quite a lot, don't you? You don't just go and stand on a stage. I'm like, no.
No, definitely. I mean, I work with children, and on my school lanyard I have a crown, the pageant girl crown keyring. Yeah. And the children noticed it, and they were like, why have you got a crown? So then I explained, and I was like, this is what I do when we get a crown. And they think like I'm a princess, and they find it funny. And it's worked as a really good behaviour strategy. Because if anyone says, oh, Miss Adkin's watching, she'll go tell the princesses and the fairies, and they snap out of it. So I'm like, bonus. I've won them over completely.
I love that. What is the best lesson you've learned since taking part in pageants?
I've learned that you have to be resilient. You can't always go in and win on your first try. You can't always go in and win on your 20th try. Sometimes. No. I have learned resilience. I've competed for many years, And that's the biggest lesson I've learned, that you have to be resilient, you have to keep going, and to ignore negative opinions as well, because there's so many opinions out there. And all that really matters is that you're focused on what you're doing. Your sponsors are happy, your coach is happy.
And you're happy.
Yeah, with the journey that you're on. And for some people, they can just go in and they can win like that. For others, it takes a lot of learning.
And hard work. And coaching. Yeah.
Some people are just natural and they can just go in and do it. Yeah. Other people, it takes a bit longer. But that moment when it comes to your time is going to feel so much better because you've worked so hard for it.
Of course. Now, my final question. Do you have any embarrassing stories or funny stories whilst you've been in pageant land?
You know what? This is hard because I don't really think I have anything. Like, I've never tripped up. Like, I'm a bit boring.
You're lucky.
Literally, every time someone asks me this, I'm like, I'm really boring because I don't really have anything. The most exciting thing, I think, was when it wasn't even the day I was competing. It was my friend Beth Walker. She was competing, and I was up earlier than her because I was so excited. I stayed with her family. They picked me up from the train station. We stayed the night before, and I woke up and I was like, I'm up, like, and
I'm ready to go.
And I'm only ever like this in pageant land. If you try and get me up any other day of the week, it's a no. But pageant land, I'm like, I'm awake. And I literally rose and I was like, it's time. And I was jumping on her and I was like, get up. And she's the groggiest person in the morning. She was not my friend.
Like, no.
And I was like, you're gonna miss your hair and makeup appointment. She was like, no, it's too early. I'm like, no, seriously. And I dragged her to that appointment. It was so funny.
That is quite funny because I would be like her. I'd be like, will you leave me alone?
She was literally like, why are you waking me up like this? And I'm like, come on, get up now.
I do have one last small question, actually. I thought of another one I want to get in. Are you and your mum practicing walking and interview techniques together? Because she's competing too now.
Yeah, so my mum's competing in the Mrs section at Galaxy UK. We've done a bit of walking training, but we're more focused on our diet and our health at the minute.
Yes.
We're really trying to get on that. My mum's doing so well. She says she doesn't want to completely change herself. She's really happy with the way she is. She just wants to feel a bit fitter. So we're doing a lot of exercise at the minute. We've not got onto the walking training, but she did say to me yesterday that she does want to book in for some interview training. And I think she thinks I'm her PA because I literally just say, what do you want? And then I have to go and book it all. And I'm like, but it's not too bad because then when I say, oh, Mum, I found this, or we're going to go and do this, she then gives me the card to pay for it. So
every cloud has a silver lining.
It balances it out.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much and the best of luck to both of you this year.
Thank you.
And we will stay in touch for your journey, both of your journeys.
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care.